Hey y'all, I'm Kelsey with Alchemist Knits, and today we're going to hop on here and talk about Tour de Fleece. So I have a video, if you haven't seen it already, you can go check it out, on my plans for Tour de Fleece, and today we're going to go over what we actually did for Tour de Fleece. And when I say we, I mean me. So I just went back and watched that video again, and I'm surprised at how well I stuck to my plans. Usually I go off the rails and just do whatever I want, but I was watching that video and I don't know if I spun one thing that I didn't talk about spinning in that video. So let's just hop right on into it. And the first thing that I spun for this, that I finished, was the two Babydoll fleeces, Winona and Shania. Obviously, I don't have those with me because I shipped them back to the owner, but I can go ahead and give you those numbers. For Winona, it ended up being 3.14 pounds of finished yarn, 1,978 yards of 2-ply yarn. For Shania, that one's the darker fleece. Winona's the white fleece. Shania is the darker fleece. Shania was 2.4 pounds and 1,654 yards of a 2-ply yarn. So a lot. That was a majority of the weight for what I spun in Tour de Fleece. So that's those. I have my numbers here, so that's why I keep looking down, because that's all my stats. So those are already done. They're shipped off. I have pictures of them on Instagram. So the next thing that I talked about in that video was Jimmy Buffett. I only spun, let's actually grab, no spoilers. Okay, I only spun 158 yards of Jimmy Buffett. I don't know, I just really didn't want to rush his fleece, you know? Like, I felt like I was go the whole Tour de Fleece. Like, I spun the most this Tour de Fleece than I've ever spun. And yeah, I think I kind of just unconsciously wanted to save his. But here is, it's probably like a worsted Aran weight, maybe. At least Aran, not quite bulky, but yeah, I love it. I love all of his fleece. It's very crisp and bouncy, which you usually don't see those two things together very much. So that's Jimmy Buffett. That's all we have of his. I have more of his wool carded up, so it's ready to spin whenever I'm ready, but this is all we have of Jimmy Buffett for Tour de Fleece. And then next we have, the braid that we talked about. Okay, all right, let's move these guys. This is the Jack and Sally braid. I have an entire video on this and how I made this 3-ply yarn. So we ended up with 116 yards of a 4-ounce braid. We did it 3-ply. It turned out to be like a worsted Aran weight. Pretty standard for me. Love those colors. It's very soft. One of my viewers recommended using it as color work in a sweater with gray. I don't know how she knows me so well. I love gray. I love black. I love neons. So that might be in the works. We shall see. I just love looking at it for now. So that's that one. And then I have another Rogue one. This is the one that I didn't talk about. I wasn't planning on doing it, but I had finished spinning. I think it was one of the Sunday nights. We had people over. I had finished an entire bobbin of, it was probably the Shetland, or maybe it was the Babydoll. And I didn't have anything else carded up, but I had this Merino Alpaca that I had carded up previously for, it was kind of a cardigan project, but then I changed gears. I decided not to do it. And so I just had, I think, 3 little bats of this. This is, oh, 4 ounces. Okay. 172 yards, 2 ply. So you can see I used, was it a gray? It was a gray alpaca and a white merino. So you can see it's slightly, it's a light gray. Really pretty. Not a whole lot, 172 yards. That's almost 200. Do something with that. I might be super basic and just make a hat. We'll see. Hats are easy. So there's those 2, and then we have, let's do the Shetlands. So we have the darker, or like mid-brown Shetland. I got 2 of those made. I didn't finish any of the entire fleeces of the Shetlands during Tour de Fleece, so I still have some of the wool that needs to be picked and carded. But this is what I got done during Tour de Fleece. So we've got, for the brown one, we did almost 11 ounces and 378 yards. Yes. So 378 yards total of the brown. Really nice. It just spins up beautifully. I don't have a problem with this wool at all. It just spins up nice every time. And then we have a slightly lighter brown one that I did. That one is that really 5.4? Yeah, 5.4 ounces. Okay. 184 yards. A little bit lighter than those 2. Whoop, from a different fleece. And then I did some of the black. I'll put those down. So for the black, we did 11.3 ounces between the 2 of these and a total of 448 yards. And these are all 2-ply. All the Shetlands, I'm just doing a basic 2-ply. So let's take a little look-see at that. It's beautiful. Very, very, very dark brown. Looks practically black in some spots. So there's that. And we'll just do, let's get a nice little, can we hold this in a pretty way? Look at that. Aren't they beautiful? Aren't they beautiful? Okay. Oh, and I make my own little tags. Let me show you those real quick. Super basic. Hopefully you can see that. It's just got little alchemist knits up there, and then it's got yarn content, gauge weight, that's if you want to do, if it's worsted, fingering, whatever, yardage, skein weight, and then any special notes you want to put about it. Whoop, there we go. So that is all of the Shetland that I did, and then, then the Romney. So this became quite the project, and I've already crocheted up all of the yarn. And when I say all, I mean all. There's nothing left. I crocheted all of it into this. I don't know how well you'll be able to see this. Let me give you the stats though real quick. It was 26.3 ounces, so 1.5 pounds, and then 1,300 yards, 1,302, but 1,300 yards. And this is Romney with a little bit of Dorset in it, horned Dorset, and it's 1 ply of that with 1 ply of this mohair single. So I spun it up. Actually, I could talk about, okay, I'll give you the quick rundown. I have an entire video just about the process of making this. So you can look for that in the future. Hopefully I can go ahead and get it done. I need to get some pictures and stuff wearing this, but it's wool and it is 91 degrees today. So not today. But I spun up a single, like all the singles of the Romney, And then I was planning to just ply it together on itself, do a 2-ply, get it to be about a DK worsted kind of weight. But the way the singles came out, it was gonna be a bulky weight if I spun the 2 plies together. And so I needed something thin. So I used that. I had a natural brown Romney. So, you know, it turned out really nice. I did not know how I felt about it when I first started spinning it. I was like, do I like this? And then I spun plied all of it, finished it. And then I was like, well, we'll just start on the project and see how it goes. And I loved it. So this is the waistland dress. It's all crocheted. It is, so it has like this face mask cowl thing. It has like pretty much a cowl, like a netty cowl type thing, or it can come up to be a hood over your head. It's a sleeveless dress. So we've got the armholes. We've got a cinched in waist here. And then, yeah, it goes all the way down. Let's see. Hup, hup, hup. Okay, there's the top, there's a waist, there's all that. And, okay, so you got these nice meshy. So yeah, about to here, so that covers all the bits, and then it gets into the meshy parts. And then it's got lacing all up the side. So you work the front and back are separate, and then you lace them up on both sides. So it's a little bit adjustable, which is kind of fun. So like if your weight fluctuates or something, it'll still fit. You can just loosen or tighten or whatever. So that's what went into this. And when I finished with the edge here, because I had already gone and made the hood, and then I realized I had messed up one of these parts, and then so I had to go back and fix that and take out some of it. So I had a little extra, and I used all the extra bits on adding length to the hood so it would come over nicely, because it was a little bit short previously. And then whatever's left over, I made into these little fringes. So literally everything is in this. All 1,302 yards is in this dress. It's really cool. It's very much a statement piece. This would be fun to wear like to a Ren fair or something like that. I don't know. So that is 1,300 yards of the Romney and Dorset plied with a mohair. And I think that's everything that I did. Okay, yeah, so there is, I will go ahead and bring in the thing I did talk about that I didn't spin, and that's the rainbow one. Fully plan on spinning it, just didn't get to it during Tour de Fleece. So we still have this to spin up. We'll see how it ends up. It's beautiful. I love the colors, neons. It's not going in the bag. Just put your tail in there. That's fine. And then I wanted to show y'all, because I mentioned mentioned the first braid that I had gotten from Flannel Cakes, and it's this one. When I first met her, so it's black Merino, maybe? Let's see. Oh, it's BFL. Of course, that's why I bought it. 75% BFL, 25% sari silk. That's a lot of sari silk. So I think it's a black BFL and then just a rainbow of the sari silk. Beautiful. I'm not entirely sure what to make with that. And then I also, even though it wasn't talked about during the Tour de Fleece initial thing, I thought it would be fun just to show y'all some new acquisitions that I got. So in the spirit of braids, I went to one of my local yarn shops, Fearless Fibers, and I got their Tour de Fleece colorway after Tour de Fleece is already done. And it's also a BFL, so that's kind of funny that this guy's a BFL. All right, you stay over there. So this is from Frabjous Fibers, and it is the Tour de Fleece colorway. Let's gently take this off. I think it's 100% BFL, because that's all it mentions. Yeah. So single braid. So this is what we're looking at here. Very springtime colors. I think the idea was to do it, was it colors of the shop? I don't know. I'm not sure where the inspiration came from for these colors, but it's very, very spring to me. You got some tans, like natural sort of colors. You got the pinks. It goes light pink and then a little bit purpley. You got some blues that go into some greens. So yeah, that'll be a fun one. Oh, I see. It's got two different... Okay. I've never seen it done this way before. I guess it makes it more compact as compared to, like, a long braid. But yeah, we'll open that up at some point and look at... I don't really have a good idea of how the color striation goes. So we'll have to open that up and see what it looks like. Oh, yeah, so it's two. Huh. I've never seen it done that way. Okay, so there's that one, the Tour de Fleece colorway, BFL. So I was thinking maybe these two, but I think that's going to clash too much. I don't know. If it were the pinks and purples and blues and greens without this natural part, like if this was black or a darker color, like a dark gray, I feel like these two would match, but I don't really like, yeah, that together, so I'll just keep them separate. They're both 4 ounces. All the braids I have are 4 ounces. I think that's all I have of braids, and then I'm also making a video on this one, but I'm going to show you guys. I bought a Jacob fleece. I bought 2. I bought some Jacob fleeces, and I've already washed up one of them. Her name's Opal. I'm guessing she's like maybe a 5-pound fleece, bigger than Babydolls, but not huge, not massive. So this is a pretty spotted area. Yeah, a little spotted Jacob fleece. They're both used. One is Opal, one is Emerald. And let's look at the locks. I already have some from when I started making the video on it. So we've got some parts, the back part of it, the back end of the sheep has some long fibers. That is wild. And that's the dark part from the back end. Those are long. And this is from the front end, closer to the neck area. Still longer than what I have been working with. Very, very cute. And look, let's look at that crimp. Look at that. Oh, that's the good stuff. Oh. And it's fun because the stuff towards the front, the fiber towards the front of the sheep, looks crimpier than the stuff towards the back. Like this has, you can see, a little bit of, a little wave to it, but not nearly as much as this. And that's just fun. So we have, oh, and that's them next to each other. So a good bit of variance in the length of fiber on the fleece. So I'm going to separate it out according to length and maybe a little bit how the locks look. and more than likely by color. I might blend some of it, but I kind of want to keep the colors separate. So I need to think of a project to make with that, to spin for. I'm really excited about those. So that is everything that I've got recently. That's Tour de Fleece. In total, let's talk, like I said, this was a big year for me, spinning wise. So during Tour de Fleece, I spun 9.64 pounds of yarn. It does include, you know, some of this in, how much was that one again? 26, so 1.5 pounds of that. Had this, I don't know that this weighs very much in the broad scheme of things, so maybe a few ounces. Negligible. Still definitely over 9 pounds of stuff I spun myself. So yeah, that's huge. Babydoll Southdown by weight was 60% of what I spun, so a little over half. So if anybody ever thinks, you know, ever wonders what my favorite breed is, Jacob might steal its place, but I doubt it. Babydoll's where it's at. Oh, let's look at, you know what, while we're here. Why don't we just compare some locks? Just to see how ridiculous, like, look at this. Look at this. That's silly. It's just silly. This is the shortest fiber. That's like 2.5 inches. That's the shortest I'll go most of the time. Like, oh my goodness. What is that? That's hilarious. Super funny. Yeah, so that's everything. Be kind of fun to do. Ooh, can we hold all of it? I don't know if I can. That one needs to go in front. It's beautiful. And this. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so it doesn't look like a lot, but that's because both of the 2-hole fleeces are not here. So this is just what's left after that. But yeah, 9.64 pounds, and yardage was, and that's not singles. So I have the singles yardage that I spun was 11,594 yards. So over 11,500 yards of singles spun, and then the ending yardage with everything plied together, most of it was a 2-ply. One of them was a 3-ply. The other one I plied with mohair. So in the end, usable yardage was 6,390 yards. And like I said, most of that went to the lady who owns Babydoll Southdowns, and then all this. So yeah, that's Tour de Fleece wrapped up. That's everything that we did. I have a lot more ideas for videos coming up in the future. We have the Jacob fleece. We're going to do a run through that. We've got the waistland dress that we're going to, that's going to be a start to finish, like from the fiber we have, and I show you the carding and the spinning and the plying and my struggle when it came to what do I do? This yarn is too thick. I didn't spin it thin enough. All of that, the whole adventure is in a video coming up soon. So stay tuned. What do they say? Like and subscribe. Smash that like button. Comment. If you have any questions or suggestions, I got a really good suggestion for the rainbow one of splitting it up and plying it with like a raw fleece, like a natural color or something. I might do that. But if you have suggestions for anything really, but mostly for the braids, you let me know. You feel free. Throw out all the suggestions. I love suggestions for those. And yeah. Thanks for watching. I guess I'll see ya.